Alright, welcome everybody to the Crazy Flyer channel. Tonight we are hopping back into the Q4XP by FlyJSim, and this is a livery that I created for the aircraft. I've always kind of thought that the Silver Airways livery was kind of unique. I have in real life seen a handful of their ATRs, both in the white livery as well as the fuchsia or pink livery. I've always thought they were kind of cool looking airplanes, so I went on to see, they don't fly the Dash 8 in real life, they fly the ATR, but I was looking to see if anybody had just created a livery for the Dash 8 for Silver Airways, because I thought that would be kind of a cool one. And there was none out there, so I took on the task a few days ago, and I think it turned out pretty well. Tonight we're going to fly that livery from Fort Lauderdale to Key West. Nice short little hop for a turboprop. Should be a lot of fun. I also developed my own personal checklist for the Dash 8. We're going to try that out tonight. We are live on VATSIM. We do have at least one Miami controller on right now. So I think we'll have a pretty good flight with ATC and some live weather and all that good stuff. Did bump the time back so that we're operating this in the daytime or dusk hours rather than at complete nighttime. Makes it a little more interesting, a little more pretty to look at the sim. Anyways, with that said, let's jump into it, guys. And let's go flying. We're going to hop into the flight deck here. I'm just jotting down a couple of quick notes here that we'll need for our checklist here. I've got our call sign written down. Ramp fuel is going to be 6,000 pounds. And our minimum takeoff fuel is 4,900 pounds. And that should be good to go. I've got this all set up, so we're going to start loading up the aircraft. So we'll hear some passengers and everybody coming on board here as we run our checklists and flows. Let's run through this here real quick, get the airplane set up and ready to go. Batteries are going to come online. Let's see, coming down here. We'll do fire tests for the engines. AP is already running, so we won't bother with that fire test. I think this aircraft, I can't remember for sure, but I believe that if you run the fire test, it will shut down the APU, if I recall properly. Fasten belt sign on, emergency lights on, turn the tail floodlight on. Coming down here, let's go ahead and turn on all the displays. Bring the airplane to life here. Alright, that's coming to life. Let's see, it looks like we actually do need to turn on... I thought these were already on. Oh, nope, apparently not. Okay. Bringing everything to life. There we go. That's them opening the baggage doors, yep. Okay, let's jump down here. We'll get the flight plan and FMS set up, and then we'll give a call for our clearance. Let's also set up our charts here. I don't think we have a departure procedure here out of Fort Lauderdale today. Dash 9, we'll want, I think there might be just a radar vector, Fort Lauderdale 9 departure. Yeah. Oh, it's actually got some routes and stuff on it. I wouldn't be surprised if ATC gives this to us. I think that we can do this one. I don't see any notes saying it's for turbojets only. So I wouldn't be, in fact, it's got an altitude down here for props. We'll set that up right now, 2,000. Again, I'm just kind of planning ahead, thinking that we'll probably end up that departure. Let's see, is that screen all the way brained up? Ah, that's better. Makes it a little easier to see. Okay. Let's see. We're going to come back to that. Let's go back down here. Go to flight plan. So out of Fort Lauderdale, we are filed direct to Maynard transition. So we'll select line 2, Maynard, M-A-Y-N-R. Yeah. There's Maynard. Accept. From there we go direct to Key West VOR and then direct to airport. And then direct to Key West. There we go. Accept that. I'm curious to see if they'll actually give me that route. It seems like usually they like to plan to waypoints that are maybe on the approach. Then again, Key West isn't like that busy of an airport. Hey, Schnitzel, the crash dash. Yep, I'm the dash trash tonight. Don't forget to flip the speed reference switch so I can crash on approach. Well, I can usually crash this thing on approach without that switch, but I don't need to recreate the Colgan accident. Let's see. Let's see. For this, we're gonna actually jump over here. Oh no, wait, no, we don't. So on the release, we got 62 passengers. 62. Enter. And it used to enter the passenger weight for me. I think we gotta do that manually now. On the load data, that's gonna be 10,400 pounds of passengers. 10,400. Enter. We've got 3,400 pounds of cargo. So we'll leave Flamingo Airlines. Yes, it is. It's kind of a unique livery. They're very adamant it's not pink, it's fuchsia. At least, so really my inspiration for creating this livery, I was watching the other day channel on YouTube called Ludix Aviation, and he flies the ATR for, he's a flight instructor, but he also flies the ATR for silver, but he was talking about it. They let him do a video in conjunction with them, so it's kind of cool. Pigeon bomber. Let's see, fuel on board for departure is going to be 6,000. We'll throw that in. Everything else should be good to go on the fuel pages. That's all normal. Okay, we got flight plan and fuel set up for now. I think our next step, we're going to see, I don't think he has an ATIS running for Fort Lauderdale, but we'll get in contact with Miami and see if he's controlling Fort Lauderdale departures. So let's see, I'm going to look this up. Let's do this on VATSIM here. He is on 135.17. So that'll be down here. Let's get this out of the way. 135.17. There you go.
Aircraft calling, cut out.
And let's see, since we don't have D-ATIS, let me at least grab METAR here out of Fort Lauderdale for us.
Flight 2297 on the ground, Southwest Florida, I-Park minutes to land, please. Frontier Flight 2297.
Hoping this guy's not too busy to handle. So if that's really the case, we can always hop off VATSIM and do it at ATC. So our latest weather out of Fort Lauderdale, we got winds 0607 knots, 10 statute miles, visibility few at 2,500 feet, temperature 24, dew point 19, and altimeter is 3007. 3007 set times 3. And based on those winds, I believe we're going to be coming off the 10s, and for us, that'll be 10 left, I believe it is. Let me look here. So we're on the north side of the airport.
Radiator
Yeah, be 10 left.
departing on of MCO, Danny 2 departure. We're passing
Yeah, you've seen Ludix's videos. I like his channel. He's a funny guy.
932, Miami Center, squawk 4620, 4620. 4620 and 932. American 961, expect the outhouse runway 9er.
Alright, let's see. What do we file that altitude wise?
Expect the ILS runway 9er.
16.
Alright, let's talk to Spinox. What was your request?
Requesting 8 right, ILS 8 right for 96 heading.
I might throw him a text and see if we can.
Expect ILS 8 right, American 960 heading.
American 960, do you want runway 9er or check something else? 0 right? Expect that. And 0 right or 960.
Miami Center, Silver Wings, 93. Roger.
Miami Center, United 11
Try to get my name in there at least.
21.
We'll enjoy the outside view while we're waiting here.
United 1185, Miami Center. Reset transponder, squawk 4662, 4662, please. Silver Wings, go ahead.
452.
Silver Wings 93 on the ground at Fort Lauderdale, looking for clearance to Key West. Should be filed. I'm going to double check that while we're seeing if he'll respond.
Miami Central United 80, 1185.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Runway 08, right.
71, jet to 125, runway, correction, descend, maintain 3000.
This dude is super busy.
United 1185, runway 8 right, taxi via Papa.
Runway 08, right, via Papa, United 1185.
Silver Wings 93, clear to the Key West airports via the Fort Lauderdale 9 departure radar vectors to Maynard, that has filed. Maintain 4000, expect 16,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency with me, squawk 4674.
Alright, Silver Wings 93 is cleared to Key West via the Fort Lauderdale 9 departure radar vectors. Maynard transition is filed. Maintain 4000, expecting 16,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency with you, squawking 4674, Silver Wings 93.
Silver 93, back correct.
Sweet, we got a clearance. Alright, let's throw the squawk in here, 4674.
Crash 210 for final 932.
American 930, descend via the coastal to Rebel, landing east, the Miami altimeter.
Alright, 4674. There we go.
Arrival for American.
We'll go alt on right now, just so I don't forget later. And 4,000 for the initial altitude. 4,000. Okay, so on the Maynard, or on the Fort Lauderdale departure, we'll brief this up now that we've actually got it. Coming off runway 10 left, climb on assigned heading, if assigned a left turn, climb to 500 feet before turning left, and then it'll be radar vector. So what we'll do, we'll bug just like a 100 runway heading for now.
We are Red Air 932, North America.
Actually, that'd be a 096. 096.
Red Air 932.
Route is in the box for us, and that's about it. I think we
Center
are
American 1 ready taxi to active
ready to
uniform,
go.
spot 10.
Let's see. Are we fueled up yet?
Yeah, Mike, hey, running.
Yes, we are fueled. Okay, let's run our checklist, and we'll get ready to go.
Alright. 125, turn right heading 280.
Let's see, power on checklist is already complete. Originating logbooks, manuals, or documents are checked. Recirc fan is on. Gear doors, landing gear inhibit, switch, close norm. Flight deck preparation complete. Hydraulic quantity is good, ×3. 4-star external walk around is complete. Anti-skid on. Fast belt sign is on. Ramp fuel, we got 6,000 planned, 6,000 on board. FMS route is set. Nav aids and bugs are set. Departure review is complete. And 4-start to the line is complete. Okay, we are ready to push off the gate. Well, actually, we're just waiting on them to get finished boarding up and then we'll push off the gate.
Report 3 o'clock, 15 miles reported site.
Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
125, turn right heading 340.
We'll give it another minute. It should be about done.
One right.
Passengers are boarded, just waiting on the bags. That's very true to real life.
125, runway 1 right, clear to land.
Let's see, and then what I like to do, oh yeah, before I forget, we gotta bug takeoff numbers. There we go, they're closing up the doors. So let's see, I already calculated our takeoff numbers. We got 121 V1, 126 VR, V2 127, VFRI is going to be 137, and V-climb 148. 148. Alright, those are set. Then I like to arm toga, and then what I do is I'll altitude select IAS, and then I set my IAS to the initial climb speed, which is 148. I don't know if this is a real world procedure or not. This is what I have found works really well for me in the dash to set me up nicely for departure. Okay, they're closed up. Beacon lights coming on. And load line checklist. Doors and windows are closed, locked. Anti-collision light on red. Transponder out on. Takeoff data and bugs are set and reviewed. And 4-star checklist is complete. Alright guys, we're going to push off the gate here. We are going to try the better pushback plug-in. I hope it doesn't crash the sim, because I've had it do that a couple of times. We're just going to do a nice, easy, straight back push.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit. Tow is trapping up.
There we go. Fingers crossed. I think the only time I've had it crash though is if I try to go into the settings menu on better pushback. That's still kind of glitchy in X-Plane 12. Otherwise, I tested it a couple of times and it seemed to be working.
Miami Center, speed 1524. Clear for takeoff, on up to sea salts.
Clear for takeoff, frequency 1185.
Edge 337, descend and maintain 11,000. 4 miles, altimeter 3007, DO approach request.
Sorry, can you say the whole thing again? Blank on it, extension 337.
Edge 337, descend and maintain 11,000, and 4 miles, altimeter 3007, DO approach request.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Alright, you're cleared to connect.
Visual approach 5. Miami Center, Spirit 1524.
Windshield strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Alright, brakes off, steers off, you're cleared to push.
American 2214, radar contact, spouts 40 west to Scotty intersection, flight level 360. Radar 932, descend via the coastal 2, arrival landing east, Miami altimeter 3008.
Somebody trying to sell me viewers. Come on.
To arrival.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Roger that.
American 960, turn right heading 060, join the localizer, reduce speed at 210. Reduce speed at 210, right, 060, accept 960. Center American 1 holding short today, right?
Yeah, we'll just block.
American 1 on runway 8 right, line up runway 8, trucks on a 15 off on all. Line up runway 8 right, American 1. American 961, 4 miles from marker, cleared ILS, runway 8 right approach.
Cool. Well, that should prevent him from hopping in my chat again. Alright. And let us start engines.
And 1185, radar contact, let me maintain 16,000, 16,000.
I'm going to take 16,000, Kennedy, 1185.
Miami Center, Spirit Wing 1620, ready to taxi. Spirit Wing 1620, runway...
Hang on, still dealing with this. There we go.
6, taxi via Gulf 4 function. Gulf 4 Foxtrot, Spirit Wing 1620.
Alright, and we're going to start engines. Let's start engine number 1 first.
Requesting in runway 10 left.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Alright, brake set. You're clear for disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
American 960, 10 miles, or 5 miles from Chrome, cleared ILS runway 8, right approach. Clear ILS runway 8, right approach, and American 960 heavy. American 961, maintain 180 knots or greater until lawn. American 960, maintain 180 knots to lawn. 180 knots to lawn, 960.
I love that sound.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a good flight.
Take care.
Whoever has the loud mic, I need to know. Please turn that down. Spirit Wings 2385, saying it. Miami Center, speed 1524. Anyway, it's for the 5th time. Yeah, I heard you all those times. If I don't respond to you, that means I'm like trying to talk to other aircraft.
These controllers have such patience. I have a lot of respect for these guys. I don't know if I could put up with the shenanigans of all the pilots trying to get on the radio at the same time.
Runway 8 right, clear for clear to line sight. American 960, runway 8 right, clear to line number 2.
Alright, 2 good starts.
960, heavy. American 9, we expect the ILS 12. American 1000, 5000. Sketch at 337, descend and maintain 6000. What approach would you like?
And we're coming down here. Oops.
Roger. American 1, runner contact, let me see, 6000. 6000, American 1.
Glad that's guarded. I accidentally hit the wrong button. There we go. Alright, we're just going to run our flows here. We're going to check the elevator.
1620, runway 6, clear for takeoff, 5 runway heading. Runway heading, clear for takeoff, runway 6.
Then rudder travel. Yeah, here at the MFD. Okay. I think that's everything. After start, bat temps. Actually, I didn't check those. We're good though. They're all normal. Main bus tie. Oh, I missed that one too. The flows in this airplane are extensive. Alright, bat temps, bus tie is off. De-ice pressure is checked. Fuel static heat's on. Windshield and pilot side window heat's on. APU is required. It's off. Bleeds 1 and 2 are on. Cabin altitude is set to auto. Elevator travel is, or let's see. Hydraulic 3 isolation valve with that valve open. Elevator travel is checked. Valve is now norm. Flaps 5 degrees for takeoff trim. It's in the takeoff range, and rudder and aileron trim is neutral. Steering switch, nope, I missed that one too. Is on. And rudder, or let's see, yaw damper is on. And after start checklist is complete. It's a long one compared to the jets. Taxi checklist will be next. We'll run this now since we're pretty much ready to go. Flight control lock is off. Flight controls. Very good. Checked. Tank ox pumps 1, 2 are on. Auto feather select. Takeoff warning. We'll test it here. Condition levers are set. We'll go max now. That works. Bleed to min. Ice protection is not required. Warning lights panel, that's just the parking brake. That's extinguished with the park brake release. Takeoff briefing, it's going to be 101, or sorry, 096 heading, 4,000 feet. Radar vectors to meter, and that's about it. Taxi checklist is complete. We're ready to taxi, guys. Normally I would do the taxi checklist during taxi, but this guy's busy. I don't want to missing radio calls for his sake.
Yeah, blue 1130, runway 10 left, cleared for takeoff. Clear for takeoff from 10 left, 1130. Bearing 1620, runner contact, proceeding C shell, climb maintain 10, 10,000.
Direct C south, 10,000, Bearing 1620.
Archer flight 2297, climb maintain, followable 320.
Wait, so we get a word in here.
Jet 337, flat for heading, descend to maintain 4,000.
Present heading 4,000, exit 337.
Silver Wings 93 ready to taxi out of the Terminal 2 at Fort Lauderdale.
Silver Wings 93, runway 10 left, taxi via Tango 5, or correction, Tango, then Charlie.
Alright, 10 left, taxi Tango Charlie for Silver Wings 93. Okay, so we're going to come out here, we're going to join Tango, which is over here. And then Charlie, which is out here. So pretty much straight out here, right turn, straight out of the ramp all the way down. No hotspots, no runway crossings. Here we go, guys. Taxi lights coming on. And brake is released. Get the taxi out shot here. There's JetBlue on his takeoff roll. A lot of JetBlues coming out of here tonight. Looks like he's on his way out too. We'll probably give way to him.
Center, JetBlue 1130, passing 1.7 for 4.
JetBlue 1130, radar contact, let me maintain 13,000.
3,000, JetBlue 1130.
Guarding 1620, climb maintained, flight level 360.
1620.
American 2214, descend the Bonefish to arrival, heading east, Miami altimeter 3008.
Descend via the Bonefish to arrival, American.
Record 932, expect the ILS from 12 approach.
Is it possible that we get a impact from
Radar 932, roger, expect runway 8 right.
Around 932, thank you.
Record 960, heavy vacated.
See, I think we gotta check this clearance. Verifying here. Yeah,
1060, roger, taxi, Mike, start ground. Mike to the ramp, 960 heavy. 961, you can taxi Mike as well.
Mike to the ramp, 961.
Miami Center, Spirit 1524, requesting IFR clearance.
Spirit 1524, sending PDC, I'll send it again after clearance.
Clouds are starting to look a lot better in X-Plane. It's slowly, I mean, not Microsoft quality, but I have to say it's getting to the point now where they look a lot more natural. I do still have,
JetBlue 1130, climb 18.
I do have one mod installed. I think that just tweaks the colors a little bit of the clouds.
330,
That's,
JetBlue 1130.
It doesn't make a huge difference. I think even without that, it'll look pretty good, but I'm liking these clouds here. With the sunset lighting, you can kind of see, you know, the shadowing a little bit. Slowly getting there. That's kind of cool. Is that a unique livery there? Oh, a direct TV livery for JetBlue. That's kind of cool. I doubt, well, no, maybe they still have that. That might have been one of their older liveries.
JetBlue 133, you ready for departure? JetBlue 133, just be advised your mic is 0 by 5 static, make sure it's not muted.
That's funny, it came through really clear for me.
I still got nothing from you.
Didn't hear him the second time.
JetBlue 133, holding short, runway 10, ready for departure. Sorry for that.
No problem, JetBlue 133, turn transponder on mode C, please. JetBlue 133, RNAV to Marley, runway 10 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear to Marley, 10 left, JetBlue 133, thank you.
Alright, Delta 1654, you still looking for clearance? Did I forget about you?
Yes, sir, I'm still looking for clearance, thank you.
I should expect you soon.
Gotcha.
Miami Center, American 838, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Miami Center, American 838, request clearance to Southwest Florida as well.
Perfect. Set. Let's see. We can switch that.
838, roger, on request
nav.
number.
Oops. There we go. Oh, I never cross-filled. Let me do that real quick here. Cross-fill. There we go. From the other side. Forget you got to do that in the dash. There we go. That's good. We'll throw that on the nav page. Silver Wings 93, ready for departure. 10 left, Fort Lauderdale.
Silver Wings 93, runway 10 left, line up away.
Line up away. 10 left, Silver Wings 93. All right, guys. Line up away. Brake released. Go to white on the anti-collision. And actually, we'll keep landing lights off for now. Props are full forward.
Miami Center,
And for takeoff, min
ready
fuel.
back.
Oh my gosh, this mic is loud.
Spirit Wings 1524, starter transponder on mode C, runway 10 left. taxi
Let's see, min fuel, we've got 4.9 planned, 5.7 aboard. Runway 10 left, bleed air is set to min, exterior lights are set.
Turn right heading 180, runway 10 left, clear for takeoff.
Right turn heading 180, runway 10 left, clear for takeoff, Silver Wings 93. Alright, 180 is set. There we go. And exterior lights are set, before takeoff checklist is complete. Here we go. That's one. Here we go, guys.
Miami Center, American 838, cancel clearance request, we're logging off.
Okay, roger.
Alright, takeoff powered set.
Miami Center,
Spoiler switch flight, 80 knots checked.
45 nautical miles from backup, flight
V1, rotate.
378, Miami Center, radar contact.
Positive rate, you're up. Bye-bye. Heading 180. Flaps up. Set the speed up to about 200. Silver Wings 93, 1,500, climbing 4,000.
Silver Wings 93, radar contact.
Alright, Autopilot's coming out.
Bigwood 133, radar contact, climb maintain, flight level 370.
Miami 370, JetBlue 133.
American 930, turn left heading 180.
Left turn 180, American.
3 for 4. Alright, we'll get the yoke out of the way now that I'm not hand flying it. The autopilot's flying anyways. So our first waypoint is actually pretty far out there. It's like 2/3 of the way out towards Key West. And we'll power back since we're leveled off here.
American 930, turn left heading 120, join local hazard. Silver Wings 93, turn right heading 260.
Right turn heading 260, Silver Wings 93. 260 set. I'm going to turn him up a little bit, and we'll turn the sim down just a little bit. Put our noise canceling headsets
American
on.
930, 3 miles from Cope, run maintain 3,000 until established local hazard, cleared ILS from gateway approach.
3,000 still established, cleared for the ILS approach, I get right to American 930.
Spirit Wings 1620, Jacksonville Center.
Let's see, after takeoff
just
checklist.
up on 716.
Landing gear is up, flaps are up, climb power is set, prop 900. bleeds 1 and 2 are on and normal. APU bleeds off, APU's off, auto feather deselect, standby hydraulic pressure is set to norm, P2 control norm, aux tanks 1 and 2 are off, and after start checklist stays complete. Got kind of quiet on frequency.
Aircraft 22297, you saw frequency.
I'm guessing he probably has to get me out like west of,
Ring 1620, contact Jacksonville Center 135.
probably west of Miami, or maybe at least north of Miami. He might cross me over top of Miami directly while we're climbing out for traffic separation.
JetBlue 172, contact Jacksonville Center 135.902. 135.902, JetBlue 172, thank you. American 930, runway 8 right, clear to land.
8 right, clear land.
Silver Wings 93, turn left, heading 190.
Left turn heading 190, Silver Wings 93. 190 heading.
American 1, Havana Center is closed, weather service terminated, frequency change opportunity.
122.8 American 1, what altitude you see American 1 reported at?
I see it heading 340.
Excellent, just doing an explain check.
There's Opalaka down there. Steve-O. Another good YouTube channel to watch. Steve-O and Knievo. And there's Miami International right there. So yeah, that is what he's doing. He's just taking us directly over the top of Miami for traffic separation.
Silver Wings 93, maintain 16,000.
Climb maintain 16,000, Silver Wings 93. Alright, there it is, guys. Cleared up to cruising altitude 16,000 feet. 16 set. Altitude select, and we'll do an IES mode climb. Pull it back to like 225. Set it to the flight rating.
Delta 1654, runway 8 right, taxi at Papa.
Papa 8 right, 1654.
1524, make sure your transponder is set to mode sequence.
Is there a volcano nearby? Looking kind of ashy. Yeah, a little bit dark below the clouds.
It's 1524.
Or are you talking like the artifacts that kind of come off the trailing edge?
It's Jet 337, you can taxi your discretion to the ramp cadet. To the ramp cadet.
It's still got some bugs to work out.
932, descend to maintain 3000.
What I might do.
Silver Wings 93, correct meter.
Direct to main or Silver Wings 93. Alright guys, there we go. So we're going to come down here to the FMS. We'll go direct to button, DTO, and then we'll select Mainer, which actually it's already set to, so we'll hit enter. And then we'll go into LNAV mode. That should take us direct to Mainer. Let's make sure the airplane starts turning. There she goes. Tomato. What I might do, because I did want to do this flight a little bit earlier, I'll just artificially change time. That makes everything look a little bit better. It took a lot longer to get off the ground at Fort Lauderdale than I was planning on.
Miami Center, speed 1524, runway 10 left, ready for takeoff.
Silver Wings 1524, runway 10 left, clear to takeoff, RNAV to Merley. For Dago, 10 left, 15.
Is Crash Dash a pretty good performer? I think it is. For being a turboprop, 10,000. It's definitely, I think, the quickest turboprop that I have in the fleet. Maybe the only exception maybe would be the Epic E1000 might be a little bit quicker. In the descent, at least. It's got a higher maximum Mach number, but this thing will outclimb in terms of airspeed. You can maintain a higher airspeed in this airplane in the climb. You know, I could really even climb it at 250 knots if I wanted to, which is pretty quick for a turboprop. But, yeah. I think it's a pretty good performing airplane. You know, it's not going to get you anywhere as quick as a jet, but by turboprop standards, it's pretty good.
Radar 932, turn left heading 180.
Left 182, 932.
American 930, you can taxi November to the ramp today.
Alright, so while we're climbing out here, this is a pretty short flight. Let's start taking a look at Key West and see what they're doing over there. I've also got the landing speed ready to go. We'll get those punched in here in a minute. So let's see, Key West International latest weather is reporting 040 at 4 knots, so we'll probably land runway 9er. Clear skies and altimeter 3008 once we get over there, which honestly I'll set that now because it's only 1/100th of an inch of mercury difference, so we'll set that before I forget it, even though we're technically over a little over 100 miles away. So yeah, we'll plan runway 9 approach into Key West.
Going to hold short of runway 8 right before we depart.
Radar 932, turn left heading 110, join low class.
So let's see, we'll go here. We're down Fort Lauderdale charts now. We can close these out. 15 for 16. Alright, so here's Key West. We'll do the RNAV 9 approach. And we'll probably just load vectors, maybe off like Atna. I don't anticipate he's going to make us fly up here to there. We could actually load off Chet, so that would work. And just fly that little left base leg there. That would probably make the most sense. Alright, there's the aircraft leveled off 16. Bring the props back for cruise. Let the airplane accelerate out.
Radar 932, do you have a little class?
Negative, 932.
932, turn left heading.
Alright, let's jump down here. Let's get that approach punched into the FMS here. So we'll go flight plan. Menu.
932, 4 miles from Milan,
Arrive.
18,000 till south.
Runway 9, which is option 1.
Right approach.
Star, we don't have any. We'll do the RNAV approach, runway 9, which is option 2. And they don't have the transition that I want.
932, just confirm cleared out low runway 8, right approach.
So what we'll do, let's load off Sting, and then we can just delete out everything that we don't anticipate we'll actually do. So we'll select option 1, enter, and then we'll hit the FPL button. So now you can see
1185, contact Jacksonville Center 135.
we do have the approach in here. We'll come down here, we're going to delete Sting. And we'll keep checks in there for now, because we might end up going there, but we'll see. Cool. Anyway, so that's what we got for now. We'll leave it with the no link in there.
1130, contact Jacksonville Center 135 for that activity.
And we'll clean that up as we get closer.
3592, we'll see you, Jumbo 1130.
Start 1524, radar contact, limit 10,
Go ahead and turn this fast belt sign off. Nice and smooth up here. Relatively smooth.
350, 1534. Runnings 93, the Key West altimeter 3008.
3008, Silver Wings 93.
Turn 932, runway 8 right, clear to land.
8 right, good land.
Okay.
And dump 1654, need a...
So now that we've got that done, let's get our landing speeds put in here.
If you want to depart now, I got traffic on the 8 mile final, so are you ready for departure?
So for this, there's just an app that I have on my phone that's for the Q4XP, or I guess it's any -A Q400. So we're gonna set our approach and ref speed. So ref is 116. We'll do like a 120 to 123 V approach. I like to add a couple extra knots. Let's see. So we're gonna set this. This will be V approach. We'll set 122, and then we'll set this to ref, which is 116. And those are set. Minimums on our approach are going to be, we're going to be LNAV, VNAV mins, which is going to be 425. Round up will be 430. We'll switch this over to MDA. Turn a little flashlight for you. Yeah, the red flashlight. And we'll set 430. 430 is set for the MDA. Cool. And let's see, it looks like we've already got most of the flight deck lights. Let's see if we can crank them up a little bit now that we're slowly turning to nighttime here. I forget where all the lighting controls are. I don't fly the dash enough. That's a good bump.
The 16 feet for retro traffic is on a 5 mile allow you to depart after him.
I know there's like map light and stuff over here, but I don't know if there's any. That was on the overhead panel somewhere. Yeah, while I'm here, landing altitude set it just slightly above sea level. There's our dome light. Ah, there it is. That's what we're looking for. Now everything's nice and lit up. But yeah, this is actually cruising pretty quick. It definitely likes the upper teens. I mean, we're doing 275 indicated, 352 over the ground. That's pretty good for a turboprop. Credit where it's due. I think I still prefer my Embraer 175, but speaking of which, there is a new version coming out on Flight Simulator by FlyJSim Studios that I've seen the last few days, and it actually looks kind of promising, so I'm fingers crossed. It would be really awesome to have an Embraer 175, you know, a decently accurate model in Flight Simulator.
14, expect the ILS 12 bridge.
So I'm hoping, yeah, they've put the teaser trailers out. I'm hoping we see it within the next few weeks, and I can hop in that airplane, do some flying an airplane more familiar to me. Although, to be honest, so I'm on reserve at my company right now.
93, proceed at Chet's on the RNAV for late night approach.
Alright, direct to Chet's for the RNAV 9 approach, Silver Wings 93. Cool, that's exactly what we planned. We'll go down here direct to Chet's, which is option 4.
Good day,
Enter.
April 133, have a good day, thank you for everything.
And now the airplane should be in a turn direct to Chet's. There it is. And then we'll cross-fill over here too. I haven't done that yet. We got data, master cross-fill from FMS1. That should update everything to match. I still think I have to do the direct twos individually. We'll do that, enter. There we go. Now we got both sides agreeing. So for VNAV planning, in case he gives me a pilot's discretion descent, really the only thing I want to be at is Busby at 1,500 feet. And I'd like just a nice constant descent down to that point. Yeah, when that, I definitely think that airplane, I haven't bought the other version that's out there for FlightSim right now because I can tell from the pictures I don't like it. But this one, based on the little previews and stuff they've come out with, I think I'll like. So it'll be a day one purchase for me, purely because I'm an Embraer pilot and I want to express my knowledge to anybody who's willing to listen. When it hits the shells, literally. Yep. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, so we're going to do VNAV planning here. No?
1654 to 8 right
I
there.
actually really like the VNAV in the dash here. So what we're going to do is we have in fact you can see there it's got the crossing altitudes already in there of where it's planning to cross me. I'm just going to plan a vertical descent rate of about 1,500 feet is usually a good range for the dash. That gives me a 2.5 degree descent. That should end me up right at 1,500 feet at buzz speed. And that looks perfect. So that puts us about 4 minutes away from our top of descent. And honestly, we could even go a little bit past that because this airplane can also descend rather steep, which is nice. It's another benefit of a turboprop. Check out these views. This is looking pretty awesome. So a Leaf I fly the Embraer 170 and 175 in real life. Although, like I was saying, I've been on reserve for like I've been on reserve since I upgraded to captain, and I have not flown a single flight in 10 days now, which is a very long time for me compared to what I was flying. A few months ago, we were a lot busier. I'm sure it'll pick up again here as we get closer to Christmas. I've got a lot of days that I'm scheduled on reserve during that time period, so I know I'll be working then. Still get them paychecks? Yep, we do. We have a min guaranteed pay every month, so that's the way it works at my company. So if they don't use me at all, I still get paid at least some.
37 Roger request.
I do get paid more if I'm actually flying, which is... I prefer to be flying at least a little bit, but yeah. Which airline, I will not say because they're a little bit particular about social media stuff, so I don't disclose the company I work for.
Ranks 2083, 55 to 10 left.
If you do watch me long enough, though, you'll probably figure it out.
Ranks 2355. DHI 307 clear to the 07 Flagship Alpha Airport to the radar vectors veggie, that was fouls. Maintain 2000, expect 1000, 10 minutes after departure, departure frequency with me, squawk 4737.
Clear to ocean range, radar vectors veggie, then it's file 2000, 1000, 10 minutes after departure frequency 147.
And I have flown the Embraer here into Key West. It's a very fun. Since this has come to Germany, we're looking for pilots. I found 2, but need another 2. Market is scarce. Yeah, I can believe that. See, we got the message popping up. That's probably just our...
93 cross jets at about 1,500. Clear the Isla, correction, Arnav approach runway 9er.
Alright, jets at or above 1,500. Cleared Arnav approach runway 9er, Silver Wings 93. Alright guys, that's easy, that's cleared approach. So we got VNAV armed, we're going to set 1,500 for the bottom altitude.
Alright, up to you said flight level 310.
1,500 set, VNAV armed, and we're going to outsell armed.
Flight level 310.
And that should start us down nicely.
Miami Center, Honda C3078, we'd like lower.
C3078, descend David Frogs 3, arrival landing east, Miami altimeter 3008.
And via the Frogs 3 and Miami landing east 3008 for Odyssey 3078.
We'll take flight level 330 if that's possible.
The 1654, Roger, maintain flight level 330.
Alright,
2 leg day, 4 days a week, 120K depending on qualifications. That doesn't sound bad. I'm already too far away from my family though, as is. I think a commute from Germany to where my parents live would be a very long one. Although I would love to go flying in Europe sometime, because I've never actually been to Europe in real life, and I really kind of want to. With the jobs I'm hopefully looking at attaining in the future, I be able to. But, oh, okay, worth a shot. Yeah. I'm trying to move out west in the U.S. if I can with my next job. I mean, I could live out west now if I wanted to, but I don't want to commute to work either. I like being able to drive rather than having to hop in the back of an airplane or a jump seat and try to find my way to work. Alright, in the descent, let's run our descent checklist. Fast belt sign will come back on there. Go to our checklist. Oops. Where's that? There it is. Descent checklist. Fast belt sign is on. Landing altitude is set. Altimeters, we have 3008 set. FMS route is set. Nav aids are set and bugged. Landing data and speeds are reviewed and set. Ground prox flaps are going to be 35 for this approach. Approach briefing is complete, and our descent checklist is complete. I'm loving this sunset. I've done this flight at this time of day, and I can tell you it's actually pretty accurate to what it looks like here. Just all these little islands here along the Florida Keys. You can get some of just the most spectacular like sunset views on the approach to Key West. One of my favorites. I cheated a little bit and set the time back a couple minutes. Nice but hot and humid though. Yeah, that's kind of true. But the nice thing is being right on the water and being a relatively small island, Key West, I mean, it gets hot, especially in summertime, but not as hot as, like, you know, mainland Florida. So once you get, like, inland from the coast, that's when it, you know, middle of a hot summer day, it really gets hot because there's no cooling effect from the water.
Miami Ocean and closed freighter super system data frequency change. Approved today.
Who's that for?
Time for the survey is how I go down.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't for us. Also gators, yeah, that's true Florida. Can't do much about this. Or just do the Florida man thing and keep him as a pet. Yeah, when you depart the airport, it's like hitting a wall. Yeah. Or deplane the aircraft. Yeah. Yeah, you feel it. If you're right near the coast, I don't think it's as bad, but you don't have to get very far inland to do that. Every time I've been to Key West, it's been pretty nice. You know, it's been like that perfect 80 degrees. You know, obviously high humidity because it's all surrounded by water, but I haven't been there in July, though. I imagine in July it's rather unpleasant to be outside in Key West. All right, coming up.
Miami Center will close at the top of the hour.
Coming up on 10,000. Lights are coming on. We're gonna turn these on. Turn these on. And approach checklist.
American Flight 214, reduce speed to 180 knots. Defend descent of maintain.
Yeah, speaking of which, we also need to get under 100 or 250 knots. We'll start slowing up. Standby hydraulic pressure is on. P2 control is on. Ox tanks, pumps 1 and 2 are on. Cabin is secure.
Good evening, Avianca 9705, checking in 51270.
Approach checklist.
Nice, 05, Miami Center home.
He's got a stuck mic. Oh, there we go. Now the question is, can I butter landing in the Dash 8? I've practiced a few landings. I have not had a smooth landing yet in this airplane in the landings I've done in the last few days. So I didn't really fly the Dash 8 for a little while. I went a few months without flying it, a couple of months. And it's very particular. You have to be right on your speed when you're coming in on short final. Because if you're too slow, it's going to drop you like a rock. If you're too fast, you'll float, you know, like crazy. And then it's really not a big gap between your approach speed and, I think flaps full speed is like 150. At least that's what I memorized it as. I think it's like 152 or something like that. But
Silver 93, runway 9er, clear to land.
Runway 9er, clear to land. Silver Wings 93. Clear to land. Anyways, yeah, you just have to be so on top of your speed in this airplane. I probably won't do any flyby shots on the approach. We'll see if we can do a replay and do the flyby shots.
American 2214, turn left heading 230.
Gonna end up like this. Bouncing. We'll do what I call the dash smash.
337, we're short Alpha and Naples,
33785.
So I think international is like right there. Oh, there's actually an airplane on the ground. That's cool. Gotta watch that speed, otherwise we'll overspeed. Alright, so now that we are clear to land, I believe this aircraft, I don't think the approach button actually will give you a glide path down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down to 500 feet, which is our MDA. Once we click the autopilot off, we'll set the altitude selector up higher for missed approach altitude. Which, speaking of that, just so we've got it ready,
2014, 3 miles from Piana,
it's 3,000 feet for this approach.
Runway 12 approach.
Maintain 3,000 till established. Third ILS approach. Runway 12, American 2214.
We'll get a cool flyby shot here in the turn as it turns base.
Delta 1654, contact Jacksonville Center 135.902.
35 to see you later, thank you.
Wings 2355, contact Jacksonville Center 135.902.
35, 96, Wings 2355, okay.
C3078, unfortunately we'll be closing up here shortly. Commander advisory 122 planning today.
Odina.com, thanks for the ATC. You have a good evening. Odyssey 3078.
Uniacon 9705, same with you. Commander advisory 122 planning. And, Exetra 337, Commander advisory for takeoff.
We'll put advisory on standby here.
2214, monitor advisory for landing 122.8.
22.8 we'll set on standby.
2214, thanks for the ATC. Good night.
Good night. Special aircraft at frequency mining center is not closed. All aircraft monitor advisory 122.8. Good.
Alright, he is offline. Well, since there's an airplane on the ground, we'll hop to advisory and do some radio calls. QS traffic, Silver Wings 93 is a Dash 8, turning about a 10-mile final, landing runway 9er, Q West. Alright, turn to final. We're going to start slowing up here and getting the airplane configured. We got the power back. We'll bring the props up to 900 for now. That'll help create some drag, help the airplane slow down. I think it was 093 is the final approach course. Yeah, 093. So we got that bugged on the heading indicator, as well as obviously it's intercepting our final approach for us. There we go. We are below 200 knots. We're going to go to our first notch of flaps, just 5 degrees. Oh, window shade in the way. Ruining the cinematic flap extension. There we go. Now this is where you got to start watching your speed, because this thing will bleed off airspeed rather quickly once you start getting the drag out there.
2,500.
And I've got the runway inside out there. Alright, we're going to go gear down. Do a little ding on the seatbelt sign, let the flight attendants know to be seated if they're not already. You can see that airspeed's coming low. We've got power coming in to counter it. The approach in this airplane is all about power management. If you don't manage power, it'll bite you. Alright, we're going to go flaps 10. And we get a message. I'm assuming that has to do with VNAV alert. Yep. QS traffic. Silver Wings 93, 5 mile final, runway 9er for a full stop, Key West. Alright, flaps 15. Props forward. Auto feather select. Leads min. Flaps 35. Let's set power for V approach in. Let's run our landing checklist. Keep an eye on that airspeed. For landing, warning lights panel is checked and clear. Prop max 1020. Gear down 3 green. Flaps 35 degrees set. See there? Already slow. Power's coming in. There we go. Auto feather is selected and 4 lane checklist is complete. Okay, coming off the autopilot, we're gonna set, whoa, that got dark quick, 3,000 for the mist. 3,000 set. And we're hand flying. Turn the yoke view back on, you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm gonna back the, I like that lighting more. Alright, a couple of knots fast. Easing the power back a little bit. There we go.
500.
Stable, landing. A little fast, correcting. It's a short runway, so we can't float for too long, but I'm gonna try to butter this one a little bit if I can. Get smooth landing out of the dash. Alright, a little low, correcting. Keep it on the, we're visual on the glide path indicators now outside the window. This is feeling pretty good.
50, 40, 30, 20.
About here, power's coming out.
10.
Hold it off, hold it off. Not a greaser, but that's not bad. That's a decent landing for the dash. Wasn't a full dash smash. In fact, we'll even make taxiway second from the end. How about that? Welcome to Key West, everybody. We'll go watch that replay. That's a landing I can be proud of for by Dash 8 standards. Alright, get this set up here. This thing's got a long after landing checklist. We might pause for a moment. Key West traffic, Silver Wings 93, clear with runway. We'll be taxiing to the ramp via Alpha, Key West. Alright, we're going to pause here for a minute. Get the APU firing up here, and then let's see. Auto feather deselected.
Traffic on agenda number 40 Julia will be taxiing
Oh yeah,
Alpha runway 9 departing to the north.
it's these ones for the after landing flows. There we go. Okay, after landing. Let's see, control lock. Oh, forgot something already. Alright, control lock is on, flaps set 0, auto feather is deselected. Radar is off, ice protection is off, pedostatic heats are off. Windshield window side heats are off. Anti-collision lights on red, main bus tie goes to the tie. And APU is started. After landing checklist is complete. So many steps on that one. I'm so used to the Airbus and the Embraer make life very easy with the flows. There's a lot more buttons to push in the dash. Alright, we're going to make a turn in here. We'll do this one outside view, because why not? Oh, still got a landing light on. Gonna blind the marshalers. Alright, in fact, we'll turn taxi lights off too, and wing lights can come off as well. We'll go to our marshaler cam here for the taxiing. Oh, you're blocking my view, SUV. Move. Can't see where my nose wheel is. There we go. That'll work. Alright, park brake is set and shut down flows. Go back to the feather position. Oh yeah. Bleeds come off. Deselect you. You, those are already off. Okay. And we'll run the checklist here while it's cooling down. Park brake is set. Prop set, start feather. Fast belt sign off. Standby hydraulic pressure off. P2 control is off. Ox tanks, pumps 1 and 2 are off. Nose wheel steering's coming off. Excuse me. I need to assign a button for the nose wheel steering. Bleeds 1 and 2 are off. APU gen on. APU bleed is open. Props fuel cutoff. External lights. Once the props spin down, we'll turn the beacon lights off. And our parking checklist is complete. Welcome to Key West, everybody. Takes forever for these engines to spin down. Cool. And we'll turn the beacon light off here. Yeah, they're slow enough. We'll turn the beacon light off. Let me disconnect from VATSIM. We'll go watch a replay of the landing. Coming off of VATSIM. There we go. Now, this airplane, I have found you cannot drag the slider on the replay panel, so we will have to watch everything in reverse and slow motion to get a replay. But I figured that's better than a sim crash. And we'll see if we can't, won't let me adjust the time in replay mode. Is there a tower view? Oh, there it is. Let's watch her, we'll watch her take off in reverse here. Then we'll watch her landing. Oof. Yeah, hopefully at some point they get this fixed. If you click and drag the slider at all, it just, at least for me, for whatever reason, it crashes the sim, so we'll watch it back here, like this. That is the reverse dash takeoff. Alright, here we go. Watching the replay, here we go. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. That's probably the best dash landing I've had in a long time. Not bad. Let's do a little passenger view. See what trauma they had to endure. Not very much. This is also cool too. I like this. I like the trees in X-Plane. Just like the extra little bit of 3D foliage. Adds a little bit to the experience. Nice. I have not flown the 310 yet. I need to get back in. They released an update for it, I believe. And I need to go see if I still have any issues with crashing to desktop. Look for that coming up in the next few days, though, because I do still want to go fly that airplane. Because I haven't flown a classic Airbus in the sim yet. Anyways, guys, I think that'll do it for us tonight. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll watch a couple more replays on the outro. If you do want the Silver Airways livery, it is available on xplane.org for the FlyJSim Q4XP. And I have to say, I think it's my best livery. Shameless promotion over. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Have a fantastic day. Fail, I didn't have my music queued up. I usually like to have that nice outro. I didn't even have the playlist pulled up. Where is it? They've changed everything. That's the appropriate way to end a Crazy Flyer stream right there. Yeah, that playlist like disappeared. Okay. Well, let's just find something decent at least. See if we like this. Alright guys, take care.